Hi, Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health. I've got two devices going here, my laptop, my phone. I'm on Instagram, hello Instagram, and on my Naomi's Home Health page. I wanted to dive in more about the breath because I focus a lot on this because most people don't acknowledge that it is really, really important, and it's an important part of your healing. And many people are doing it wrong. And you think to yourself, how can I be breathing wrong when it's a natural response in my body? And normally it is a natural response in your body, but if you have a lot of oxidative stress, if you are stressed, stress response, you start to breathe different. You're not breathing deep into your stomach, you're not breathing properly, not thinking about what you're doing. Hey Tez. So I want to talk about how to breathe properly because it affects all your body systems. It affects your brain function. It affects your respiratory system, your digestive system, the cellular repair, the detoxification of your liver. So if you are not breathing the correct way, or you are breathing from a stressful point, then that's not going to work for you. And you're going to get all these other issues. And I know some people have respiratory issues, so it is difficult to breathe properly. But that also comes from oxidative stress. Now, if you've seen any of my posts, oxidative stress is caused by free radicals in our lifestyle. Free radicals are formed from the toxins in our life. So it is important, really important. If you have asthma or any bronchial issues, you get reoccurring colds and flus, anything like that, to remove toxins in your life. Stress is also a toxin. And this is why we breathe differently. Emotions have to be detoxed in our body. So if you are grieving, grief sits here in the chest. So if you haven't been able to take a deep breath for a while, think about when you lost somebody or a traumatic event, you could be grieving and it could be holding in here. So, you know, when you're stressed or you're really upset and you're breathing like this, you start breathing through your mouth. That's your body's way of saying, I'm stressed. So it's important to get deep into the stomach to get the oxygen through the body and help oxygenate the cells. So the only way to breathe regularly and properly is in through the nose and out through the nose. So when you are stressed, when you just throughout the day, check in on your breath and check how you're breathing. Are you sitting with your mouth open? Because sometimes, you know, you don't even realize you're working away and you're like, and your mouth is open and you are breathing very shallow into the chest. You're not getting that oxygen into the stomach. And this is important for health. It's important for your sleep. It's important for all factors of growth and development in your life. And it can start at a really young age. So you might have conditioned yourself to breathe the wrong way and you've been doing it for so long now, particularly if you're an athlete and you haven't been taught to breathe properly. I know when I played a lot of sport and I was never told how to breathe while I was training or playing or anything like that. My daughter is a runner, so she gets taught different breathing techniques when she's exercising, but exercising causes oxidative stress in the body, particularly if you do a lot of exercise. So, you know, drop a comment in the chat if any of this is resonating to you. If you've had that grief and you haven't been able to breathe deeply for a while, you know, this is an emotional response. This area here holds a lot of emotion. We trap it all in here, and to release it is to breathe properly. So you should be checking in every day how you are breathing. So what I do is I remind myself, okay, you know, I still do it because I always have breathed through my mouth. But now I know to check on myself. No one else is going to do it for me. So I make sure if I'm, you know, had a stressful situation, like, you know, my marriage broke down and I could feel that in the chest. So I constantly checked in on myself on how I was breathing to help release that emotional trauma and stress. So I will check in and I close my mouth. First thing I do is, get that back up there, and I take in a deep breath in through the nose, and I make sure that my stomach is expanding. We're not sucking in our tummy to look, like we've got a six-pack or anything. That's another issue for women. We walk around holding our tummies in, and we're breathing like this to hold our tummies in, because that's what we've been taught. Stick it in, because, we can't look the way we look. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Your shoulders shouldn't move a lot. It should just be the stomach. You should watch your stomach. Put your hands on your stomach. You can do one hand on the chest and one on the stomach, and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. You should probably sit back and do it. I'm sitting forward on my chair, but you sit back. You can lay down if it's more comfortable, and you can see the rise and fall of your stomach. Do that. Just stop and focus for 1 minute and just do that. You don't have to change how you breathe. You can go with the natural flow of your breath, but definitely take in those deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And you watch, if your pulse races a bit, you get a bit of anxiety, you watch your heart rate come down when you start to do that, because you are breathing the way you should breathe. So if you have trouble with sleep, digestion, any autoimmune disease, weight gain, anything respiratory, it's time to learn more about the breath. I have written an ebook called Conscious Breathing, and it gives you some activities and some reasons why you may not be breathing properly, how it can affect your body. There's a lot of information in there to help you get that breath functioning better, to reduce your stress. Breathing properly is going to help reduce your stress. It should be the first port of call when you are stressed, is the breath. That should be the first port of call. So if you are stressed, go on to naomishomehealth.com. I will put the link in the comments. If you're on Instagram, you go to the link in my profile and click on ebooks, or you can click on the shop and go to ebook Conscious Breathing and get that book. It is not expensive. It is an investment in your health. And when you are breathing properly, you will sleep better. You will feel better. You will have more mental clarity and focus. Your brain will start to function better, less brain fog. You will help your respiratory system, particularly if you have asthma. Reducing oxidative stress if you have a respiratory issue is also key, but trying to get that breathing, a lot of people, when they start to do the breathing exercises, they're feeling smothered. I can't breathe through my nose. Calm yourself and just tell yourself, I'll just do 3 breaths through the nose. Because a lot of people, if you're not breathing through here, this is when you get nasal issues. This is when you get nose problems. All this starts to not work properly. This is your filtration system here. You have little hairs in your nose that filters the air that goes into your body. So this is a filtration system. It also warms up the air, because if you're breathing through your mouth, you're going to get the cold air straight in, and you're going to get a lot of other crap that you don't want going into your body. So breathing in through here is really important to filter the air and warm the air up, so your body isn't getting freezing cold air straight into the respiratory system, which is also another concern if you have a respiratory issue. So even if you only take 3 breaths to start with, just start slow and start doing something. Start to focus, start to teach yourself. But the Conscious Breathing book is some simple steps. It's going to help explain things for you, and it's a very small investment in your health. If you know anybody that has breathing difficulties, who is stressed, who gets anxiety, who has any health concerns, share this video with them. It's really, really important, because when I am coaching people with their health issues, they have no concept of this. It's not even on their radar. On their radar is, tell me the nutrition that I need to do to get better and what exercise do I need to do. Exercise is not going to be effective for you if you are sick. It is not going to be effective for you if you don't breathe properly. Exercise is great, don't get me wrong, but if you're doing the wrong exercise, particularly when you are not well or you're not sleeping and you're going out and you're running 6 kilometers, it's going to have an effect on your body. It's going to put stress onto your body, and then you're not going to breathe properly. So everything is a cycle. Everything in your health is a cycle. Your sleep is affected, your breathing is affected, your breathing is affecting your sleep, backwards and forwards. The exercise is affecting your breathing. Exercise is affecting your sleep. Sleep is affecting your exercise. Everything comes back to each other. So it's important to get it all in working order. That is why I have created a program for people. I do coaching to help people tick all these boxes and get them all in working order. Because if you're just going to focus on, 2 or 3 parts of your health or aspects, you're going to miss a lot of the links. You're going to, you'll see some changes and you'll see some things. I don't go out and tell everybody, let's do 20 things this week. It's a process. We make one improvement at a time and create a habit. And then when you're comfortable with that, we then move on. But if you're only just going to stick for the next 10 years on your nutrition and, 1 or 2, you might meditate every now and then, whatever it is, you're going to only get so far until you start to focus on the breath, on how you get better sleep. Then you're only going to get so far. It's like filling a bucket with holes in it. You will start to fill that bucket, but eventually the water will drain out. So it's important to cover all aspects of your health. So I will put the link in the comments, but if you're on Instagram, go onto the link in my profile. The link for Naomi's Home Health is in my profile on this Naomi's Home Health page, but I will put the links in the comments for you anyway. And it's called Conscious Breathing. Invest in your health to see what changes it makes. If you're not sleeping, you're not repairing, you're not rejuvenating, you're not detoxing, you're not cleansing. So breath may help with that. Anyway, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Message me. Book a coaching call. All of it is on the shop on naomishomehealth.com. So much information for you to invest in, and investing in yourself is important when, you may not feel that sick at the moment. You might just want to be healthier because you want to prolong your life. You want to boost your immune system. You want to, improve things. Do it now before you get really, really sick.